COMEX and the silver exchange. So it's no secret that these markets are being manipulated, and the rich realize this, and they're bailing out.
You bring up this case about the insider at the COMEX.
Yes. Tell more details about this. Yes.
Andrew Maguire is the name of the guy, and here's his headline. You don't mess with LBMA, assassination attempt on silver market manipulation whistleblower.
London Bullion Market Association.
That's right. Another headline along the same story, JP Morgan Chase story in UK, i.e. Chase. Well, apparently, Andrew Maguire, who's a metal trader at the London Bullion Market Association, he's a former metals trader for Goldman Sachs. Well, he was just brought up as a whistleblower by GATA, Bill Murphy's GATA. He was testifying before the CFTC, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, last week about silver market manipulation. And lo and behold, Andrew Maguire, who sent many emails to the CFTC, including one on March 3rd, where he told them on March 5th, watch, I will promise you that the silver market will be taken down because JP Morgan has already signaled to us that they are going to take down the price of silver. And the reason why they want to take down the price of silver, he argues, is that they have this giant short position given to them basically by Bear Stearns. Remember when they took over Bear Stearns? So he calls it not-for-profit selling.
Right. That's right. It's purely for manipulation.
Purely for manipulation. So he said, well, I'm able to read the signals. I'm able to tell that the guy coming in, the quick draw guy, is going to blow away anybody who gets in his way.
Right.
So he was able to front run, and many smaller traders, he said, knows how to do this as well. And they all make money. He makes money off it, but he thinks it's unfair, and it's likely to lead to a giant blow up in the entire market.
Well, you had a whistleblower on Madoff, went to the SEC years in advance, multiple times, and the SEC just refused to act on insider information to stem the Bernie Madoff crisis. Here the CFTC is acting just as irresponsible as the SEC, and they refuse to act on this whistleblower's facts and figures and proof that there's wide-scale manipulation in the silver market, the COMEX, which of course is the antithesis of Tim Geithner, because if silver and gold were allowed to trade freely in the markets, it would take the shine off the fiat currency, dollar, and the complex fractional reserve Ponzi scheming we see all over the world. So it's in their interest to keep the price of metals cheap, to keep their Ponzi schemes going.
The big scandal about this story is in the headline, assassination attempt. So this man's testimony was submitted as evidence on Thursday of last week. Well, this weekend, he and his wife were driving in a car and were hit by a hit-and-run driver who took off. There was a big police chase, helicopters, everything. They captured the guy. The London Metropolitan Police are not giving any further information about the guy they've arrested. But some argue that it's very coincidental that he turns evidence on JP Morgan, where Tony Blair now works, by the way.
Oh, yeah, Tony Blair, who said he didn't go to war for oil, but now we find out he's doing millions and millions in deals for oil companies in Iraq. That Tony Blair?
That's right.
Big oil Tony?
But, one other quote I want to read from Andrew Maguire's testimony. He says, as always happens month after month, HSBC and JPM, meaning JP Morgan, sell short in large quantities to overwhelm all bids and make unsuspecting option holders lose their money. Now, this is something that you see in other markets as well. The options traders are often wiped out by the giant big block buyers.
Right. This is what the high-frequency trading scandal is all about at Goldman Sachs. In other words, on all these markets, there's buyers and sellers, they're market makers, and the price discovery, as it's called, is set by the supply and demand of bids and offers for that particular stock or security. If you're a JP Morgan or a Goldman Sachs and you flood the market with 10 times normal volume, you, in effect, usurp the normal market-making activity, and you set the price in your interests, which of course are not the interest of the underlying market. And that's what we're seeing happening all across the board, principally by firms like Goldman Sachs. I mean, they got caught red-handed in the high-frequency trading scandal, manipulating prices on the New York Stock Exchange. And again, the SEC looks the other way. In other words, if they took away fraud from the business model of America, there would be nothing left except porn and donuts.
Well, are you going to be able to take away fraud? Because, okay, so we've covered these stories of UBS and JP Morgan and now the defunct Lehman Brothers involved in this bid rigging and of the municipal bond market. But I'll show you some quick headlines just over the past year. Senior UBS official, meaning Robert Wolf, the CEO of UBS America, key donor, shares some of Obama's downtime. There you see him in this picture. He's playing golf with President Barack Obama. Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, is dining with Barack Obama in the White House tonight. That was just a few weeks ago, at the end of February 2010. So this is the situation where we have this corrupt system with these oligarchs and fast draw guys who have the president who can just exempt them from all sorts of laws.
Right, that's why the healthcare reform issues are really a red herring, because unless you reform banking first, there's no way you can reform healthcare by simply giving the healthcare industry 32 million more customers in which to negotiate deals with the banking system that's systemically corrupt.
We'll next move on to the next headlines of the sort of the global financial system, but also the global empire of America falling apart, and how all these crazy things are emerging from it. Just like during the Great Depression, and we often remind people of what the similarities are to that time. Headline reads, and this is real, "Special relationship is over, MPs say. Now stop calling us America's poodle." To me, they sound more like bunny boilers.
A bunny boiler?
Yeah, you know, the relationship is over. It's been over for 50 years. They've apparently been holding on to this like romantic image that they have some sort of special relationship with America. And now they've decided, all these MPs get together, and let's stop calling it a special relationship.
Look, there is a special relationship. That's where all the toxic waste goes to die, in the city of London in their highly corruptible hedge funds.
Well, and